On behalf of the Rural Independent Group, we want to be associated with the remarks and hope calling for debate about the situation regarding Natasha O'Brien. It's horrific. But today we are objecting to the order of business because of the flippant and laissez-faire way you have handled the Migration Pact. And back and forth. It should have been debated in seven different segments, as it was at European Parliament. And indeed, we should have had more scrutiny and discussion and debate and question and answer here in this chamber, which we didn't have. A very flippant way you handled it. We're totally opposed to that.
Taoiseach.
I often feel the business committee is what seems to be one of the most important things around here. So, thanks very much to members who've raised a number of issues. Deputy Batchik, thank you for raising the very serious issue in relation to gender-based violence. And I do fully understand and comprehend that women are exhausted, fed up, angry, and frustrated. I think your suggestion in relation to the issue of suspended sentencing has real merit. I think trying to find a vehicle to consider how best to explore that is likely to be the role of the Judicial Council in sentencing guidelines, but perhaps myself and the Minister could reflect and engage with you in relation to that as well. Deputy Murphy, I was excuse me, sorry, I too was horrified by the Primetime Investigates programme in relation to horses, and I've no difficulty with a debate being scheduled. I don't think it was flagged at the Business Committee this week, but we're happy to try and arrange that. Deputy Smith, I do need to be very careful here, because the point I was making in relation to legal processes was not in relation to any individual judge. It was in relation to a section I quoted from the legislation which talks about the role of the DPP and the time period that elapses, and that's certainly not a constraint that is in any way, shape or form linked to a judge's retirement or otherwise. Deputy McGrath, look, on the Migration Pact, I'm not sure you'll ever be satisfied with how we decide to take this forward, but we did take a decision last week to give more time again to it this week. We gave a commitment as a government that every member of the Dáil who wished to speak on the Migration Pact would, of course, be provided with that there wouldn't be a guillotine in that regard. We provided additional time for that to happen. I think that's today. And then we hope to bring that matter to a vote in the Dáil tomorrow. Deputy McLaughlin, thank you for raising that logical and fair question. We're hoping to have that vote tomorrow. We'll work out the time with you, but probably after lunch. I should say, Ken Corlow, a former colleague of many people's in this House, Deputy Bernard Allen, a person who served with great distinction for 30 years, served my party with distinction, served the people of Cork with distinction and the people of Ireland, passed away. And obviously there'll be a number of people, including myself, who wish to attend that funeral tomorrow. But I'd hope we could have that vote later in the afternoon.